Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. My name is CORSET. If you are new here, this is the first time you are coming across any of my videos, you are highly welcome. Please do also hit on the subscribe button, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So today's tutorial video is going to be all about the making of this beautiful cargo crop top. Like seriously, I cannot get enough of this crop top. So if you're interested in learning how to make this top, keep on watching, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started.
I could stay like this, forever following you.
Welcome back guys. So for this tutorial, this is the fabric I'm going to be using to share with you guys how I made the top. It is a crepe fabric and I have just 1.5 yards of fabric here. If you have a bigger size, you may be needing up to 2 yards of fabric to make this top. So these are the measurements you're going to be needing for this tutorial. To start this tutorial, the first thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and fold this end here. So you're just going to fold it using about 2 inches. So just measure 2 inches like this and fold it out. This is going to be for the bottom flap, okay? So after you're done doing that, now the next thing is to rule a line here, which is going to serve as the starting line. After doing that, you're going to mark 1/2 inch on this end here. This is going to be where our measurement is going to start from. So just go ahead and rule a straight line. Now all our measurement is going to start after this line that I just ruled. Now you're going to take your shoulder measurement divided by 2 on this starting line. Then you'll be coming down by up to 2 inches for the shoulder slope. This is because we are making a shirt. If it were to be a top, you just come down by 1 inch. You can see I went ahead to rule out the shoulder slope just like that. Then after you're done doing that, so just measure this slanted line and measure your shoulder measurement divided by 2 and mark it. Then on that mark, you will come down by your round tight bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5. Whenever I do that, I have 7.5. But because we are going to have a come down from the back, because we are making a shirt, you can see I went up by 1 inch, so that by the time I have the come down from the back, I will have my 7.5. So what I basically did is I just went up by 1 inch from the first dot that I made. So just make sure you have the same thing, then go ahead and connect it like this. After you're done doing that, now the next thing you want to do is to go ahead and take the length of the top. So you can see I still maintain removing the 1 inch for the come down from the back, okay? Then I'll mark the length of the top. So just come to this other end here and mark the length of the top. Then go ahead and rule it just like that. Then after you're done doing that, now the next thing is for me to take my round bust measurement divided by 4. So the bust measurement for this free top is 41 inches. So I just divided 41 by 4 and I took it. Then go ahead and create your armhole. So guys, after you're done doing that, now the next thing you want to do is you're going to measure what you have here. You take the same thing on the hemline just like that. Then you're going to go ahead and use your straight ruler to connect the 2 dots. Then after doing that, you're going to cut this out. So guys, this is what I have after cutting. So I just went ahead to label it the front. Now I'm going to place this front on another fresh pattern paper to draft out the back. So you're just going to place it on it like this. Make sure to leave space on top here. Just leave about 5 inches space and make sure that the front pattern paper, this line that I have, is sitting where the back pattern paper is. Just look exactly what I'm doing. So go ahead and pin it down. Then after you're done doing that, on this shoulder line, you're going to go up by 2.5 inches, just like the way you see me doing. Then you're going to mark it just like that. After you're done doing that, go ahead and rule a straight line. Now you're going to cut this out. Now after cutting out, you're going to fold it to lap on the front piece. So it's going to be lapping on the front piece by 1/2 inch. So I'm just marking out the 1/2 inch. So now you're going to fold this back to lap on the front piece just like this. So this is the come down I was talking about, okay? Then now go ahead and pin it down. So this is what you're going to have. Now you're going to go ahead to trace out everything. So just go ahead and trace it out the way it is right now. After you're done doing that, now you're going to go ahead and remove your pin. Now the next thing I want to do is to mark out the neck. So for the neck width, I'm going to be marking the neck width with 2.5 inches. Then for the neck depth of the front, I will be coming down by 2.75 inches. Then you're going to go ahead and connect it. So this totally depends on your size. If you're a bigger size, you may need to come down by the neck depth by up to 3 inches, but maintain 2.5 inches for your neck width. Then after connecting the front neckline like that, you're going to place this one that's coming down from the back. Then you're just going to follow the line and trace it out just the way you see me doing. Guys, this is very easy, so just look exactly what you see me doing and do the same thing, and you're going to get it right. Then after you're done doing it like that, you're going to go ahead and cut it out. So look at how I'm cutting the back. So that's how you're going to cut it out as well. Now after cutting, this is what you're going to have. I'm just pinning this part down. Now this back area here that have a sharp edge, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the sharp edge. So guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have. Now this is it for the cutting of the front and the back pieces of this crop top. So I'm just going to label this the back. So guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have after cutting them out. Now I'm going to place this aside and I cut the sleeve. This is the pattern paper I'll be using to cut the sleeve. So to do that, the first thing I'm going to do is to roll a straight line here, which is going to serve as my starting line. Then after rolling that line, I'm going to take the length of the sleeve. So the length I'm making use of is 9 inches. So just go ahead and mark 9 inches like that. Then you're going to connect the dots. Then after doing that, now on this starting line that I have, I'm going to take my round armhole measurement divided by 2. So on that mark, I will come down by 4.5 inches or 5 inches. So I came down by 4.5 inches. Then I will divide what I have on this round armhole measurement divided by 2 that I have. I'll get the midpoint of it. Now I'm going to measure what I have from here to this dot and divide it into 2. Then on this middle point that I have, I will take half of what I just divided. Now I'm going to create my sleeve cap. Okay, so just make a dot here, then go ahead and create your sleeve cap. This is a very easy method of drawing out your sleeve, guys, and it works perfectly. It is the best method ever. So just go ahead and connect the dots you made, then you're going to have a perfect sleeve just like this. Now on this slanted line I have, I'm going to measure my round armhole measurement divided by 2. Then I'll make a mark there. So after doing that, I will take my round upper arm measurements divided by 2. So the round upper arm is 16 inches divided by 2. I have 8 inches. Then on this hemline, I'm going to take my round lower arm measurement divided by 2. So I'm just going to go ahead now to connect the dots just the way you see me doing. So guys, after doing this, now you're going to go ahead to cut this out. So guys, this is the sleeve. Also go ahead and label the sleeve. So this is it, guys. These are all the pattern papers that I have drafted out that I'll be using to cut on my fabric for this tutorial. So I'm just going to go ahead now to cut on my fabric. This is what I had after I was done cutting them out on my fabric. So I'm just going to explain to you guys how I cut them out. You can see I added ½ inch to the top of the sleeve. I added 1 inch to the side, and I added 2 inches to the hem of the sleeve. Then for the back, I cut it on fold. I added ½ inch to the shoulder, to the armhole, 1 inch to the side. You can see I did not add anything to the neck. I added 1 inch to the hem part as well. Then for the front, I did the same thing. I cut this one. What I did is I went ahead to open up this bottom flap. You can see that was how we drafted it out. So I opened it up. Then I did not add allowance to the neck. I added to the shoulder, to the armhole, 1 inch to the side, and 1 inch to the hem as well. So guys, this is it. That was how I went ahead to cut them out on my fabric. Another thing I cut out was this little piece for the back, which I'll be using to double the back. So what I did is I cut it exactly the same thing, just that this one is 5 inches long. So this is what I'll be using to double the back. Don't worry, you will see how I'm going to use it in the course of this video. Now I'm going to go ahead to start sewing. So go ahead and remove the pattern paper of the back. You're going to open the back piece on the table just like this. Make sure that it is the right face that is facing you. Now you're going to place this little piece I'll be using to double it on top. So before I go ahead to do anything, I'm just going to use my hemming gum to fold the hem part of that little piece that I'll be using to double the back. So guys, just watch what I'm doing, you're going to understand. Now I'm going to open the little piece on the table just like this. This is the right face, so make sure that you're folding it to the wrong face just like that. Then you're going to use your iron to iron it out. Now you're going to put your hemming gum just like that. Then you're going to use your hot iron to to use hemming gum to gum this together, because we are working with a crepe fabric. If you don't use hemming gum to do this, even if you iron it, it won't stay flat. So after I was done doing that, now place the back piece on the table, the right sides. This is the right side, okay? Then you place the small piece on it just like that. Then you're going to go ahead and pin it down just the way you see me doing. So guys, after doing that, now you take this to the sewing machine and run a stitch on it just like that. This is what I had after I was done running the stitch on it. So this is how it came out, you can see. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'll place this aside, then I'll bring the front piece. So before I go ahead to remove the pattern paper of the front piece, I'm just going to notch where the fold gets to, the gator line. I will just notch it on my fabric just like that. Then you do the same thing on the hemline. Then go ahead and remove your pattern paper. Then after doing that, now you're going to take these front pieces to the sewing machine, determine the wrong and the right face. Then you're going to go ahead and fold it just the way you see me doing. Make sure it is sitting directly on the notch that you made. So just fold it like this. Then you take it to the sewing machine and you're going to run a stitch on it down just like that. Then after doing that, you're also going to do the same thing to the other one. So just fold it up like this, take it to the sewing machine and run a stitch on it. This is what I had after I was done doing that, guys. You can see this is the second piece. I also folded it. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to place them together. So for a shirt of a lady, the right side is supposed to lap on the left side. So I just lapped it the way it's supposed to be, just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and pin it down. So guys, after you're done doing that, this is what you're going to have. Now this is how it's looking like. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring the back piece. I'll be joining the shoulders together. So just place the front piece on the back, the right sides facing each other. Then you're going to go ahead and join the shoulders. So what you will do is you take these two pieces, then the last piece of the back, you will flip it on it just like that before you go ahead to pin it down. This is for us to be able to join the shoulder in a way that the sewing will be invisible. So the sewing will be inside, the sewing will not show. So that's why I'm doing it like that. You can see I'm pinning it together. So just go ahead and pin it together just like this. Now I'll take this to the sewing machine and I'll just run a stitch on it. Then I'll do the same thing to the other side. So guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have after joining the shoulder. As you can see, I also went ahead to make a top stitch on it. So this is what you're going to have. Now I'm going to go ahead to iron it out. So just make sure everything is the same at the hem part. Then you're going to iron out the shoulder just like the way you see me doing. You can see the back is coming down to the front. So what I've been saying since. So this is it, guys. The back actually came down from the front by 1 inch. Then you're going to make notches on the shoulders just like that. So guys, now the next thing I want to do is to measure around the neck. So just go ahead and measure around the neck to know what you have. So after I was done measuring, I had 17 inches. Now I'm going to draft out the collar. So I'll be using this back piece to draft out the collar. So I just divided my 17 inches by 2. Then I'm going to make a mark there. Then on that mark, just go ahead and rule it out a straight line just like this. Then you're going to go ahead and go up by 1 inch. Then you go in by 1 inch as well. Then go ahead and rule a straight line just like that. Then after doing that, extend this line. Then on this line, you're going to go up by 2.5 inches. Now you're going to go ahead and rule a slanted line just like this. Then after doing that, measure what you have here, 1 inch. Take the same thing here, then go ahead and extend this line. Then after extending the line, what I have on this line is 2.5 inches, but here I'll be measuring 2 inches. This is 2 inches. Then go ahead and connect it just like this. Then after doing that, you're going to just make a little curve here, and you're going to cut this out. So guys, this is what you're going to have after cutting. Now I went ahead to use it to cut on my fabric, so this is it. You can see I added all the sewing allowances. I also went ahead to cut it on fold, so this is it. So when I was cutting, I ironed hairstay to one part of it. So I ironed hairstay to this part. So this hairstay, I ironed it to only one part of it. So I did not iron to the other one. So that was what I did before cutting. Now I'm going to place them together, the right sides facing each other. Then I'm just going to go ahead and sew it just like this. This is what I had after sewing. I flipped it to the right side and I ironed it out. Now I'm going to place it together and I will make a notch at the middle. Then after doing that, I'm going to bring my fabric and also place the neckline together and make a notch at the middle. Now I'm going to open the fabric on the table because it's time to fix the collar. So just remove your pin, then open your fabric on the table. Then these notches that we made, the part that does not have the hairstay is what you will be placing to your fabric. Then go ahead and pin it down just the way you see me doing. So guys, after doing that, you're going to pin it down to the other side as well. So guys, after pinning it down now, I'll take this to the sewing machine and I'll run a stitch on it. This is what I had after I was done running the stitch on it, guys. Now I'm going to go ahead to make notches on it just the way you see me do it. So guys, after making the notches, now the next thing I'm going to do is to use this other part of the collar. I'll fold it. I'll just use it to fold it and make sure everything is inside. Make sure all the seam is inside. Then fold it and use it to, lap on it just like that. Then you're going to pin it down just the way you see me doing. This thing is very easy, guys. I've done a lot of collar tutorial in this channel, but in case you missed the most detailed tutorial of how to perfectly cut and sew a collar, use the link you are seeing on the screen right now to watch it. So guys, after pinning down, now I'll take this to the sewing machine and make a stitch on it. Then after doing that, I'll just top stitch round the collar just like that. So that's what I'm going to do. This is what I had after I was done doing that, guys. You can see I've sewn it and I top stitch around the collar, and this is how you're going to have it looking like. Now I'm going to go ahead and pin down the button area. So just go ahead and arrange and pin it down. So this is what you're going to have it looking like. So this is it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be sewing the pockets, the cargo pockets to it. So just place it aside for now, then work on the pockets. So these are the two pieces of fabric I'll be using to sew the pockets. So I have it to be 10 by 9 inches. Now the first thing I will do is just go ahead and fold it together just like this. You're going to iron it out. Then after you're done doing that, you're going to go ahead and measure 1 inch, just 1 inch, guys. Measure 1 inch and make a notch there. Then go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. So make a notch there as well. Then after making notches on it, you do the same thing to this other one. Now I'll take it to the sewing machine and run a stitch on it just like that. So guys, this is what I had after I was done doing that. You can see I run a stitch on it. Now you're going to open it up just the way you see me doing. Then you use your hot iron to iron it flat. So guys, just watch carefully what I'm doing, you will understand. So just open it up like that and iron it flat. So this is for the design that is at the pocket. So this is going to give it that cargo look and effect. So after you're done doing that, this is what you're going to have. Do the same thing to the other one, you can see. So now guys, after doing it, now the next thing I want to do is to take this to the sewing machine. I'm going to go ahead and fold this upper part. So just go ahead and fold it like this. Then you're going to hem it then you do the same thing to the other one. So guys, this is what I had after I was done hemming the both of them. Now I'm going to place them together in order for me to trim out all the excesses. So for the length of this pocket is supposed to be 6 inches long. I will add extra half inch for the sewing allowance, so I'm going to be measuring 6.5. so I'll be cutting it out with 6.5 inches. So I'm just marking out 6.5 inches so that I'll cut it out on the straight line, then go ahead and cut it out just like this. So guys, after you're done doing that, now for the width, I'm just going to turn it like this. So the width of the pocket is going to be 5.5 inches. So just go ahead and divide 5.5 inches, place the middle of 5.5 inches on the middle of this pocket, then go ahead and mark it. Make sure to add half inch. As you can see, I added extra half inch for the folding. Then I'm going to measure what I have here, 6.5. Then I'll take the same thing on this hem part. So just go ahead and mark out 6.5. Now you're going to go ahead to cut this out. So guys, this is it. This is how big I want the pockets to be. Now before we go ahead to fix the pockets, another thing I want to do is I will be using hemming gum to fold the ends of this pocket. So just place hemming gum on it like that, then you're going to fold it just like that, and you use your hot iron to gum it together. So this is for it to look very clean and straight and everything, because when you're working with a crepe fabric, you cannot just iron it and it will stay flat. So you actually need a gum to make it flat. So I'm just going to use hemming gum to iron the sides and also the bottom. So just go ahead and use hemming gum to do it just the way you see me doing. So this is what I had after doing that. I use hemming gum to fold them around. You can see I've done it to the two pockets. Now it's time for me to fix the pockets, guys. So I'll bring my fabric. I'm going to go ahead to measure where the pocket is going to start from. So my pocket length is 8 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark 8 inches just like that. Then you come here to the other side and you're going to measure and mark 8 inches as well. Then after doing that, I'm going to place the pocket on it just like this, that mark that I just made. Now I'll be measuring from the middle to where the pocket will start from. So from the middle of my shirt, from the middle I'll just measure 1.5 inches. Okay, so just arrange it on it like that. Then you're going to go ahead and pin this down. So guys, after pinning, you're also going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other pocket. So arrange it just the way we arranged the first one, and you're also going to pin it down. Now that we are done pinning the two pockets, now I'll take it to the sewing machine and run a stitch on it just like this. This is what I had after I was done sewing the pockets, guys. This is what I have. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to be measuring the pocket width in order for me to work on the pocket cover. So this is what I'll be using for the pocket cover. Okay, so the length is 3 inches and the width is 6.5 inches. So my pocket width was 5.5, so the extra 1 inch is for the sewing allowance. So you're just going to place them together like this, make a little V curve at the down part of this pocket cover. So just watch what I'm doing. I'm just trying to give it a little V curve at the down part there, just like that. Then after you're done doing that, now you will take this to the sewing machine. You're just going to sew it just like this. Then after sewing, you open this part and flip it out, and you do the same thing to the other one. So guys, this is what I had after I was done doing that. Now I'm going to flip this out to the right side, then I will iron it flat. So guys, after doing it to the two pocket cover, I'll just go to the machine now and top stitch it. This is what I had after I was done doing that, guys. I went ahead to trim out extra half inch from it. So what I have now is 2.5 inches long. Now I'll place it on the pocket and sew it just like that. I'll do the same thing to this other one. Then after sewing it like that, then I'll flip it on it just like that and top stitch it. Okay, then I'll also do the same thing to this other one, flip it and top stitch it. So that's what I'm going to do. This is what I had after I was done doing as I demonstrated, guys. Can you see? So you can see how pretty and how nice it came out. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to attach the sleeve. I already went ahead to hem the down part of the sleeve for the sake of time. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this to the sewing machine. I'm just going to attach the sleeve to the body just like that. Then I'll do the same thing to the other side. So go ahead and sew the sleeve on it just like that. This is what I had after I was done attaching the sleeve to the body, guys. You can see. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to join the sides. So just place them together like this. Place the sleeve together. Now you're going to take this to the sewing machine, take all your body measurements, you will join the sides, then you're also going to go ahead and join the other sides just like that. Then after joining the sides, you're going to hem the down part all round. So guys, this is it. This is what I had after I was done doing as I demonstrated. I've joined the sides and I also hem it round. So basically this is it, guys. This is it. Now the last thing I will do is to take this to the market where they will help me put a buttonhole on it. Then after that, I'm going to go ahead to fix the button, and that will be basically all for the making of this cargo shirt. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. I will see you all in my next video.